What's up guys, it's Sunday afternoon here in London. Almost caught up on these vlogs. I was way behind and now I'm just probably like 2 days behind, which is awesome. As I mentioned, it's Sunday afternoon and I'm doing a photo meetup here in London. And I'm a little bit nervous. I'm staying out here in the Wimbledon area, and getting into central London where this meetup's happening is such a journey. And I think like everywhere in London, it just seems like such a mission to get anywhere. And I'm really loving London life, but I'm not enjoying these commutes. It's like at least an hour according to Google Maps, a 20-minute walk to the underground station and then like a 40-minute underground ride. So it's a mission getting anywhere in this city, but I still do love it. I said I was a little bit nervous, and I'm always a little bit nervous for these meetups, but I think I'm a little bit more so this time because in the past I've done them in like really small destinations, small cities where I was expecting 2 or 3 or 4 people and it's quite manageable. London's the first time I'm doing this in a really big city, and on the event like 30 people signed up, so that seems like a lot of people. So I've been a little bit like, you know, worried because there's gonna be a lot of people, there'll be too many people, it'll just be like a huge group. And then as today's gone on, it's kind of got a little bit rainy outside and is threatening to thunder shower. And so now I'm again worried that nobody's gonna show up because of the rain. So I think you always just kind of get nervous with these things, and you gotta kind of just run with that nervousness and realize that it's probably strange for them too, almost as strange as it is for you. So I guess there's one way to find out. There's only one way to find out if people are showing up for this thing. And that's to head down to Millennium Bridge where we're meeting up, which is just down that way. You see the strangest people when you're just walking around London. Look who it is, it's Julian.
How you doing?
What are you doing, man?
I'm listening to the football.
And you're selling kites down here.
How did you guess?
That's awesome. Julian sells the world's smallest kites. It's like a
quality.
postcard, isn't it?
Witness the exhilaration.
Man, I didn't know you were down here working. That's crazy.
Well, I don't tell everybody.
Total coincidence running into Julian. He's a friend I met recently who's a friend of Jody's who does travel stuff. And yeah, that was crazy. So funny, you're in a city of like bajillion people and you run into people you know. It's when you know you've been in a city too long, maybe. Okay, I'm actually at this meetup early for a change, like the first time in history I've been early for something. So I'm gonna park myself on this side of the bridge and wait. Can you explain what just happened?
Well, the bird just went on my shoe at first, and I thought it was a mouse, but then saw it was a bird, and then it flew up onto my tripod, and I just picked it up, and it seems quite chilled and happy.
He's your friend now.
Yeah, we need to name it, her, him.
You take people on a photo walk of London, and they end up standing in a corner taking pictures of birds and a little pug.
Tower Bridge, seen that so many times.
So you want to shoot this bird at f2.8. We now have like a dilemma because we were wanting to move onto the bridge, but the bird's refusing to leave his hand. And so it's like, do we just keep the bird? Is the bird staying with us forever now? He's moonwalking. He won't go onto anybody else's hand. He won't go onto a tree. The bird's stuck with him. And we can't move on until somehow the bird goes back into the tree. I think you just leave it now. Put it on your shoulder. You'll be a pirate. It's kind of funny, we ended the photo walk, the meetup, at like a pub at Weatherspoons, and we were joking around about how often I have mic failures, and then after I got on the train and back to Wimbledon, the mic failed. So this is kind of from the next day. I'm talking from the next day. I kind of just wanted to wrap up with some thoughts about the photo walk. One, I'm sorry I couldn't really film very much. I think it was such a big group that rather than filming and shooting, I spent a lot of time instructing, and it kind of turned into a bit of like a workshop rather than just like a hangout meetup. In the past, when I've done these meetups, it's been like really good. It's been like 3 or 4 people, and it kind of just feels like I'm going out shooting with some buddies. And a lot of times they're showing me around. But the group size was so big that it did turn out workshop style, which was also a lot of fun. It's not a complaint or anything like that. It's just, it was different. But yeah, it was outstanding. And I think next time I do a meetup, if it's that big, I gotta bring along like a buddy to help me film, because it was just impossible to shoot the vlog content and kind of give you guys a look at what it was like on that photo walk. But it was a lot of fun. And as I mentioned, the group size was massive. Massive thanks as well to everybody for coming out. There was like maybe 30 people that came and braved the weather, and the weather wasn't good. It was like raining the whole time. It was overcast, but it was cool, and we got some cool shots, and I think people learned a lot. I hope they learned a lot, and hopefully I can do this again at some point in London. Now, if you guys aren't a part of my Facebook group, I've started like this community, and I really love the little community we have going. It's just a bunch of people that love photography and love travel. We do things like photo critiques, Instagram sharing, and we're doing things like developing these photo walks and doing things like kind of bringing together the community. I'm currently working on a way that I can like create a document within that group, and everybody can share their location, and then if people are in the same location as other people or visiting a certain location, they can get in touch with that person and have a meetup. Because as much as these meetups might seem like they're about me, they're not at all. For me, it's about creating community. For me, it's about connecting people. For me, it's about bringing together people that have a love for photography and have a love for travel and just want to get out and shoot and meet like-minded people. And that's what it's all about. And I think that was the really cool part about yesterday's photo walk. It wasn't that there was 30 people that came out to see me, and yeah, that was cool. It was that there was 30 people, and that eventually, by the end of the night, a lot of them started like becoming buddies. A lot of them started talking about how they were going to go out and shoot together, and how they were going to like maybe work together, and how that they were going to like share their Instagram and follow each other. And it was really cool to see that community aspect come together the way I've loved to do it. So join that Facebook community, that Facebook group. There's a link in the description of this video. And if I'm in your town, let me know and we can do one of these meetups, because they are so much fun. So much fun. I also want to give a massive shout out to the dude that came all the way from Cardiff, Wales, just for the meetup. He went on the bus. It's like 3.5, 4 hours from Cardiff to London, hung out with us at the meetup, and then took the bus back home last night. So he essentially traveled 8 hours for the meetup, and that makes me feel ridiculous for complaining about my 1 hour commute into town. So massive shout out to that dude. And again, I'm sorry I couldn't really film that much, but yeah, it was busy. And it was a lot of fun. Tomorrow is the solar eclipse, or it's like a partial solar eclipse here in London, and it's supposed to go behind Big Ben. That's where it's going to happen. And I have this idea for a shot that I really want to try, so I'm going to go out and do that. I say tomorrow on tomorrow's episode. It's actually today, and it's overcast today, so I'm not sure it's going to happen, but I'm going to try that. That's what tomorrow's episode is going to be about. And yeah, I got a little bit more time here in London. I've got a trip up to York for a night, and then into the Lake District, and then back home to Canada. Maybe some time in Kent before that as well. So it should be cool for the next couple of weeks, and I guess I'll see you guys around. Peace.